Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lifestyle with Dr. Moby. I'm Dr. Moby, and today we are honored with great guests all the way from down and under. Let's welcome Alan.
Kempy.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good, man. Everything's good today here in Queensland. We've nearly beaten COVID, so in 2 or 3 weeks that should all be finished, we were told. So, yeah, hopefully life will go back to normal until the next COVID comes around. But, yeah.
Okay, very nice, very nice. So tell us about yourself. Tell us, my audience. Actually, I know what you do.
Yeah, so I have a solar business for nearly 8 years, 8 years now here in Brisbane, and we install solar to people who believe it will save them a lot of money and stuff like that.
Oh, that's very nice. And so, tell me a little bit about when did you start this business?
I started it 8 years ago when I was working for another mob, and then I thought I could probably do it a little bit better than them, so I went out and tried to do it. You can see an opportunity, and you can. If you think you can do it better, you probably can. May as well give it a go. And if you don't have much to lose, then go for it.
Okay. And you started how long ago, Pusan?
8 years ago, yeah. So
8 years. Oh, wow. Okay.
2013 or 9 years ago now.
Heck, very nice, very nice. I mean, you do something really unique and, which is really green and,
Green. That's what we're told it's green, man, but it could be a scam. We could be scamming people. This shit lasts 4 years, man, until we have to throw it to the dump again. It's just
oh,
cheap Chinese stuff, man. You know what I
oh,
mean? So we
okay.
could be scamming people, Solar could be a scam. That's why I tell all the customers now, man, I don't know. Who knows if this is good? I'm selling it to you. You're buying it from me, but you can't hold me my word. I don't know if it's good or not. I don't have a time machine.
Okay, so it might wear out after 4 years,
4
6 years.
years, we're throwing it out, man. If it's cheap stuff, you put it on 4 years later, getting water inside the panels, water ingress. The panels are cooked and time to do it again.
Oh, okay.
And then you make money on them again the next time around. Providing you didn't do it the first time. Otherwise, you've got to put your money up and buy them a new system. So, yeah.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about a different brand. So, if somebody is really switching to
So, yeah, in America, it's a bit different to Australia, but we love the cheap stuff. But the inverters out of China got better, and so there's no real need, really, in my opinion, I believe, to get a European inverter as to a Chinese inverter. The panels, however, have just gotten really bad in recent years. They're not lasting as long as they did 10 years ago. So.
So the panel itself. So I always thought that panels last, but the problem were batteries and inverter.
Yeah, that's how you would have thought, and that's how probably even it was 10 years ago, because the inverters were crap 10 years ago. They're lasting 6 months, 2 years, new one, bang. The Chinese figured out what was going on with them, just replace some stuff in the inverters and make them proper. The panels, though, they used to come in 40 mil, 35 mil, 30 mil, so you can fit more on a pallet, so you can sell more. And they said, what did they say? They said, no, sir, we cannot make cheap, no good. And then we just like, nah, we want it. And then bang, we want it, we got it, and it's not good. So, yeah. Do you have solar panels at your house?
No, I was thinking about it, and I
Yeah.
was thinking about how to install it, and we were looking at what are different brands. So that's why I want to ask you.
The
If
thing is, so whereabouts do you live?
huh?
What city do you live?
Near DC, Washington DC.
New Washington. Okay, so in America, I believe you've got a lot of the panels there are even made in America.
Mhm.
So they're a lot better in America than what we're getting.
Mhm.
Probably you're not going to get the bad. Who knows? The Australian weather could also be playing a big part in it. Our summers go way longer than the rest of the world. So
Mhm.
yeah.
So I see that you have here on your website a difference between commercial solar system and then the regular. for the residential? What's the difference?
The difference is I make more money selling the bigger system. Like commercial just means, 10, 15, 20 kilowatt versus residential 6 or 13.2 is the new go at the moment for residential. I
Mhm.
think America's still stuck in the 5 kilowatt, like massive rebates over here. So you can get a full, 6.6 kilowatt system installed on your roof here for about $1,800 US, man. Like it doesn't make like how does that? That's $3,000 Australian, man. It doesn't make sense, but they're doing it. Doesn't last long, but you get it.
You get it. Okay, so when if somebody wants to install the solar panels, so one thing is, of course, they're gonna measure their kilowatt or roughly their usage.
Yeah, well, not when it's that cheap. When it's that cheap, it's how much can I fit on my roof, boss? You know, how
Yeah.
much I've got this much money that'll get the max me out. Yeah, man. In America and 10 years ago, that's how you got to do it. You got to you got to balance it out between budget and roof budget. Yeah, mainly budget to return on investment. Here, it's just go for it, man.
So you're talking about size on the roof, and then so can you do like are the difference in panel? So they may produce more energy for small size versus cheaper one, which is bigger but less energy. Does that work?
Bigger, less energy. Basically, all the panels now are getting physically bigger to the point where electricians can't even carry them on, get them on the roof. Really, back then, it was smaller size panels, but then just with anything, they can make more, send more across. That you get, they're just getting too big, and you need, near enough
Okay.
cherry pickers to put them on the roof.
And is there a way? Did they figure out a way to recycle them? Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. I think now they're now charging us like $20 a panel to throw them out because the tip downtown, the local, what do you call it? The dump. What do you call it? The
You
tip
recycle, dump.
recycle dump. Yeah, that one, man. They're now charging like $20, $30 a panel to get rid of because they're not easy to recycle. Um, and a lot of people trying to bring them and buy them off us or get them for free off us, and they sell them to Africa for like $2 a panel, but they're broken anyway. So Africa, the islands as well around Australia, a lot of them are moving them there, but I don't know what type of life they expect to get out of them or what. Who knows? Yeah, but yeah, that's a big thing. The recycling of it. That's what I mean. It's not as green as yeah, but they reckon only 1 year is what you get back in terms of like the it offsets itself in 1 year. So a panel only has to last 1 year and 1 day, and it's still considered green. But how much of that can you believe? But that's what we're being told because they're not lasting very long.
So that's very interesting. I did not realize that you can recycle them, and then you have to throw them. So if you're saying they're selling to Africa or somewhere, probably they're using it to build the roof.
They're using it. No, you can use them, but not in the rain. In the rain, that's when they short out and they don't work. So a lot of them probably do work a little bit, but just not to the specs of like a third world. It's a third world problem, first world problem, which is a third world solution. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, no, that is very interesting. That they really have to figure out a way to recycle them and put them back to use.
Well, maybe
Because,
that's what you can do, man. Maybe
yeah,
you're
yeah.
the savior, huh?
No, I mean, then only we'll call it real green energy
Yeah,
because
well, to be honest, man, people would rather drive their Tesla and say, I work in solar, I do this. Oh, that's very good. Like you said to me, the truth is, man, they're just virtue signaling. Like, let's get to the real. If you're real, there's a problem in it, and you need to say there's a problem. I'm not proud of what I do, because it's not good. But people love compliments too much, I've noticed, and it's like to the point where they they're not being honest with themselves.
okay.
Like,
Well, no, that's very interesting because look at So if they have Tesla or some other electric car, so how they get their energy is through nuclear energy, and then
Yeah.
so what is what how green it is? I don't know.
How green it is, you don't know, but the Teslas, they don't seem to be having a problem as much as the other brands, especially the batteries. And like a lot of batteries now that we're putting in houses, um, or the other companies are putting in houses, yeah, they're not lasting more than 2-3 years, and they're becoming problems. Like LG just had to, they had a callback on one of their batteries. I believe the Tesla Powerwall 1 was very bad. The
Mhm.
Powerwall 2 seems to be pretty good, and that's been around a few years now. So, yeah, if you got to do something, you got to do it right. But a lot of people, who cares if the money's coming in, you know?
That is true, and I think this is really a. I never had this kind of conversation with
No,
anyone.
you never will, man. I get people say to me, "Oh, how you want me to buy it off you or what?" I said, "Man, I'm not making you buy anything. I don't know if this is good or not, but here it is, and if you want it, let me know." Man. Yeah, because of return on investment in Australia, you're looking at only 3-4 years for like a decentish type of quality. With the cheap crap, you get your money back in 18 months. So
Hmm.
that is helping, but I think in America it could be like 10-year return. I wouldn't get any sales, I'd imagine, if I was being honest, in America, because 10 years is a long time to get your money back for something that the guy who's selling it to you is saying, geez, he doesn't have much confidence in the product, you know. The return on investment saves me, man.
Okay, great. So I want to ask you: do you have at your home solar panel?
Yeah, I've got solar on my home. Yeah, put it on 4 years ago, I think, 2017,
Okay,
18, 19, 20, 21, nearly 5 years ago, yeah.
okay. So what things you can run with it? Air condition.
So it just works the same as not having solar. So effectively, you're still getting the power from the same place, which is the grid. All it does is there's a meter in there that tells you if you got it, did the power at that time offset it, and did you have any excess? And then they put another meter in and they count how much is going out.
Oh, so that's the advantage. So also, I want to ask you, what is the maximum life for the batteries? So is that batteries also problem? Like you can
Yeah,
recycle
there's
them?
been a lot of problems with the batteries, mainly the cheaper Chinese brand in batteries, but there's no problem selling them, man, because people what? Oh, I want a battery. Fuck, go get a battery then, man. Here it is, here, man. And then you can just sell it, and they can all be crap. And then 2 years later, start up a company in your brother's name, in your wife's name, and bang, rinse, repeat, do it again. I'm an 8-year veteran, man, of this, you know, because I do it slow and steady.
Okay, that's funny. So,
Imagine in your job, you could just be crap, and then oh yeah, sorry, bang. Um, I just can hear it is again. I'm starting again, you know. Instead of sun solar, I'm solar sun, you know. Boom.
and that's so true. I think I had I've heard same thing for a lot of other things, brands too. The people scam the sell things and then they change the name and start all over.
The best thing about this scam is because people like you greet me and say, "Oh, that's a very good job. That's green. That's a great job. Good for the environment." And then I say, "Oh, thank you. Yeah, why? Yes, it is, sir. You know, boom. Fuck, the scam's out the back, man. With that's how it runs."
Also, tell me a little bit. So, what do you think will be the future? Do you think in future what things have to improve to make it sustainable?
Oh, I don't know, man. Like I said, it already could be sustainable. I don't know. Like
Mm.
climate change and everything, I don't know. It could be real, could not be real. All I know is summer's hot, winter's cold. It's been that way forever. Um, we had real bad bushfires here a few years ago, and it was getting dry every summer. And then since that, the El Nino changed, and now it's overcast every day for the last 2 years now. So and that's always been a thing that happens every decade or so too. So honestly, all that stuff, I leave that up to people that know. But I'm very confident in saying I don't know. I Not many people say I don't know, man. But for some
Mhm.
reason, people think they know. How do you know me?
Okay. Also, tell me if there's an overcast and so you don't get sun for week. Would
Oh,
you?
we get, yeah, but definitely not like it was 2 years ago, which you would have seen all the bushfires here. The sun, yeah, like today, it's overcast, it rains heaps. It's, yeah, I think where you are, you don't really get that, but I think Mexico down there, they get the opposite effect with Australia. Yeah, and California doesn't even touch it.
So what about if you get snow over it?
We don't get snow, not in this state.
But for us, we can get snow and it might last a week.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we do when it's in the places in Australia where it does snow. Yeah, it lasts weeks. Oh well, that's the snow field, but we don't really have any city that just has a one-off snow for a week like you guys have over in that part of the world. So
So what do you do then? You think you won't be able to get solar energy?
but you can get solar energy, but we're just these years just put out 20% less, during these times in a year than other years. That's how that works. There's
Hmm.
just more light in when it's drier, but it still works.
So I've seen, I don't know if it's popular in Australia. I've seen those small mini condo where it's like one room. Yeah, it has a solar panel. So this is like self-sufficient type deal.
Oh yeah, they're probably for weird people that want to live off the grid and have like a little DC system, and I don't know what's connected to that, a mobile phone charger at the end of it or something. I don't know, man.
Yeah, just a one cell phone charger. That's
Yeah,
about.
they're just for strange people. They don't even have a shower and stuff.
So how popular is Tesla up there?
Tesla, yeah, it's getting pretty popular. Yeah, I got a friend who bought one and loves it, and he makes sure everyone knows about it. You know what I mean? He
Mhm.
makes sure everyone knows he has a Tesla. He even has his name. If you're a Tesla owner, you have your own little personalized number plate on that thing to, you're in a secret club, You don't just have a Tesla and just put on a run of the mill registration tag. You have your own little signature, I'm a cool Tesla driver. You look at me, I'm the king of the woke clan. That's the Tesla driver. You
I,
could be one, man. I reckon you could be one even.
well, I'm not a big fan of Tesla because it does not drive fast. I like fast cars.
Well, I think they go fast. That's the thing. A lot of them, yeah, they're going fast now, but but they're quiet. You can't hear anything. It's like George Jetson.
Now, I drove one. To me, it felt like golf cart. So,
Yeah, like a golf car. That's why George Jetson. It's yeah,
so
not for me either.
I wasn't big fan. Yeah, I said no.
You and
That
me both, man. You
yeah,
want the pinnacle, mate.
I like the rear roaring engine. I like the
You
rear roar.
want That's what I want too, man. You want the alu gobi, you don't want the alu sag, mate. You want the king, the brinjal, the bacon, the king, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So also tell me, there's also talk about these cell phone chargers with solar now.
Yeah, so that's all like DC stuff. Like you just jump on eBay and that's $10. Like
Hmm.
all that kind of stuff. It's not really anything to do with me. To be
Hmm.
honest, I'm not an electrician. I don't know much about all that stuff. But yeah, you can see more and more of it. Backpacks they put it on. I
Uh-huh.
think solar is looking to be, well. There's a lot more of it every year. It seems to be a good thing, and if they can just get the quality right, and yeah, and if it doesn't actually see, there's a big thing about mining all the stuff in Africa to get it out is actually not very good for the local people of Africa, and apparently the kids are getting it, child labor and stuff like. There's all that kind of thing as well that, like I said, it's overlooked because you say, "Oh, that's a good job. You're in solar, very green," and I say, "Oh, yeah, it is, man." Back, all that's up the back.
What about RVs? Are you seeing a lot of RVs?
Oh, yeah, they're for people that, once again, man, all that stuff, DC power. It seems to be going big in the RV world now, because they just use house panels and then they buy like regulators to bring it down from 40 volts for a house panel down to 12 volt or 24 volt for their camper van, bus, trailer. Yeah.
So it's very popular there in Australia.
I guess I'm not in that scene, but we have it. Yeah, they all went up in price, probably in America too, since COVID, because that's like the only activity you can do, as
Okay,
in
yeah.
terms of travel.
Yeah, well, it was getting more popular with COVID.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. So also tell me a little bit about what's an average cost to do solar for a residential 5K or 6K?
Yeah. So for cheap stuff, 3,000 Australian, which I probably worked out to be 2,000 USD. For decentish gear, $6,000 Australian, which what's that, 4,000 US dollars. And for something premium like your LG or German panels, you'd be looking at about 6,000 US dollars for a 6.6. Yeah, which is, you're probably going, whoa, where can I get 10 of these? Because the price is there like 5 times that.
So I think also tell me a little bit any final thoughts you have for or message for somebody who wants to get a solar. What is your message beside run away, run away?
Oh, that's the message, man. Do what if you want to be cool at the next barbecue with your brother and your neighbor and your friend and say, oh, I got solar panels, you need to buy them to do that, man. You can't say that without having them. But if you want to save the world with them, maybe you are. I honestly can't give advice on anything I know nothing about, me. I know nothing about. I don't know anything about it. How do I know? It's like that's a crazy thing to ask me, Mal, because I don't know any more than you know about the future. Like, you know what I mean?
And they should know you have to sell something, right? You can
It
say,
makes it hard when you realise I only started doing this like 3 years ago when I pulled off some panels that I put up only 4 years earlier. And he goes, you said these were good. I'm like, they always were good until this happened. And I was like, I grew a brain there. I was like, holy shit, I'm lying to all these people, man. Now I don't want to lie to anyone. I never wanted to lie to anyone, and now I make sure I don't lie to anyone.
nah, you're funny guy. Okay, well, thank you, man. Thank you for coming and making it such a funny and really and very nice for education. Take care.
No worries, buddy. Take
Take
care,
care.
man.
Take care.